And August the 1st, that means it's a new month, a new beginning. It means you have a new start, a new mindset, a new focus, new intentions. You can produce new results. You know, somebody said a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere until you change it. So I have my daily attitude adjuster that I used and to help people change their attitudes. So it goes like this. Wow, what a great day to be alive. I feel dynamite. I like me. I accept me. I love me. I'm going to have a super fantastic day today because I'm too blessed to be depressed. I'm too blessed to be stressed, too glad to be sad, too anointed to be disappointed, too elated to be agitated, too grounded to be confounded, too grateful to be hateful, too saved not to be getting paid, and of course, too legit to quit. So circumstances are aligning themselves in my favor. I'm healthy, physically fit, and intellectually equipped. I have wisdom far beyond my years. I'm an extraordinary person with incredible abilities, which I will use to add value to others' lives, knowing that as I help others reach their dreams, I will automatically reach my own. I anticipate meeting the person or group of people today who are willing to use their power, their wealth, and influence to help me achieve my dreams. All day long, people will go out of their way to bless me. Today, I will add great value to someone's life. I will show compassion to those in need. I will give strength to the weak and inspiration to the weary. Someone needs what I have to offer, and I gladly make myself available. I embrace abundance, and it embraces me. I am abundant in every good way. I am an abundance magnet. I like money. It likes me. It is attracted to me, and it comes abundantly from many sources. I circulate God's money wisely because it's a tool to help those in need. It's also a way of keeping score of how many people's lives I added value to. I may have been broke, busted, and disgusted, but now I declare that I'm rich, growing, and overflowing. My business is booming, checks is zooming, and I'm happy on purpose. I'm experiencing great victories, supernatural turnarounds, and miraculous breakthroughs in the midst of great impossibilities. I am an overcomer, and if my mountain can't be removed, I develop and practice my mountain climbing skills. I may experience a setback, but setbacks are only setups for comebacks. Setbacks pave the way for comebacks. I'll make lemonade out of life's lemons, and if life dares to knock me down, I'll fall on my back, realizing that as long as I can look up, I can get up. I commit to praying for my dreams. I commit to paying for my dreams with preparation and perspiration so that I won't have to live with my nightmares of regret. I do not procrastinate because procrastination leads to devastation. It is the assassination of my destination. Thus, I will act now. I am a doer. I get results that last. I now release the champion that is inside of me. I am the leader that multitudes of people are looking for. I choose to succeed today and every day hereafter. Watch out, world. Here I come. I can tell you, my friend. So I want to talk just a few moments today. You know, a lot of people ask me, you know, we've been blessed to be successful and been at the top of several companies. And, you know, our book, How to Build a Big Team Fast, that every single person deserves to have and to get and to glean from, chronicles some of the success that we had where I built a team to 13,000, my lovely wife and I, over 13,389 people in a very short amount of time, and built another company to over 22,000 people. And then we went on to build another company to 1.5 million members. And in that company, there was only 2.2 million. I was not the master distributor, but they did have me as their international training director, and didn't have to recruit anybody. I just liked what they were doing. So we built a team of 1.5 million people. And now, my friend, we got started here, and we broke the company record, made Crown in just 20 days, actually. And people said, how in the world do you do that? I was like, take my 21-day breakthrough challenge and find out. And Matter of fact, now we got the Advanced Breakthrough Challenge. And now they've got the books that you can get. Your breakthrough is guaranteed, and how to build a big team fast. And it's changing people's lives, and you deserve to have it. But anyway, I said all that to say, because people always, man, you do all this. Let me give you, in a nutshell, the secret, if there is such a thing as a secret. Actually, my wife, she's always using this word. It's powerful, and it's strategic. You know, she talks about praying strategically and connecting with people strategic. I mean, she's very strategic in what she says, what she's done. Very wise, not just beautiful woman, but wise beyond her years. But anyway, so here's what I want you to do. I look back at my life and I see people that are struggling with business. I see people that are struggling to build teams, and I see it. And my friend, I like to boil stuff down to a very simple common denominator, and that is this. I'm going to give you just a few simple things. One of the first people that I ever referred to this business concept, and they got started, and they called me because they're like, man, I'm studying these videos. I'm studying all this stuff. I got to learn this stuff. And I was like, well, let me ask you a question. He said, what's that? I said, do you want to be right, or do you want to eventually get rich? He's like, excuse me? I said, matter of fact, I had a great conversation with a gentleman yesterday. I was like, look, let me tell you something. From in our mind and the way that we view things, I said, here's the way it works. I said, now don't get stuck on the logistics. Listen to what I'm saying, but get the essence of what I'm saying. I said, I had to decide years ago, because especially if you're that green personality, by the way, if you got some green in you, or if you like I was, you got involved with a church that was very staunch, very straight down the line, right? So I had to decide I was either going to be right and broke, listen to me now, or wrong and rich. I said I had to decide. Now, I'm not talking about right as far as righteousness is concerned. I'm talking about right. In other words, the way people view things. Because the right way they teach you is go to school, get good grades, go to college, get better grades, get a job, live happily ever after. That's the right way. That's the right formula they tell you. And that, my friend, won't work. So you're either going to be right and broke or wrong and rich. Because I was telling somebody yesterday, it's amazing. You can go to a church and you can say, listen, we got some financial issues and I'm praying for my finances. And then, you say, I got this job interview coming up. And now you already have one job, but you're about to get another job, right? So then you come back and say, praise God, I got the job. And everybody's clapping and cheering and praise God, brother, sister. Yeah, that's good. And they're happy for you. But guess what? If you dare to walk in your church, your prayer meeting, you dare to raise your hand, give a testimony or prayer request, say, well, Dr. Breakthrough talked to me about this business opportunity, Christian-based, with the owner is an ordained minister and has a mission to reach the world and help people fulfill 3 John 2. And also 1 Thessalonians 5:23, but it's a business opportunity, and so just pray. I want to see. I think this is what God would have me to do, but I just want the church to pray with me. Somebody will walk up to you and say, "Now, brother, sister, be careful now. Don't start chasing money. You got to watch out for them things." Isn't that amazing? The same people jumping and shouting that you got a job. Why? That's the right way. And that's not chasing money. But when you start a business, all of a sudden they think you're chasing money. What do you think people go to work for? What do you think people get jobs? Why do you think some people have 2 jobs? Wife working, husband gets a second job. What do you think? You think people just love their job so much that if they didn't get paid, they would just be gone in there? I'm saying, listen, my friend, the Bible says in all labor there's profit. I'm not belittling a job. What I'm doing is I'm trying to set the record straight. You either going to decide to be right and broke, or you're going to be wrong and rich. You're going to do it the wrong way. You're going to go against the crowd. You're going to go against the grain. You're gonna go to different ways. See, Dorney Economic Table tracked 100 people over a 45-year period, from age 20 to age 65, 45 years, working 90,000 hours, right? So that's when you're supposed to be able to retire. After 90,000 hours of working, listen now, 45 years, here's what happened. They found out that 62 was still working, 28 were dead. Get this now, excuse me, 62 were dead broke. Excuse me, 62 were dead broke. 28 were dead. They had passed on. They had expired. 5 were still working. 4 were financially independent, and 1 was rich. Okay? During the economic table, they did this. So watch this. 62 dead broke. 28 were dead, gone on. 5 still working. Welcome to Walmart. And I'm not trying to make fun. I'm just saying. 4 financially independent, and only 1 was rich. Calculate those numbers. That means 95% of the people doing it the American way. 95% of people didn't make it. Only 5% of the people made it. 4 were financially independent and 1 was rich. That's only 5% that made it. Now here's the difference. The 5% that made it didn't have a job. The 95% that didn't make it had a boss. And again, I'm not belittling. I'm just telling you, I've been psychologically unemployable since 1990. I mean, when I understood the difference, as Jim Rohn teaches, that profits are better than wages. Profits are better than wages. I was like, oh my goodness, the power then also of leverage. And I teach being a CLO, Chief Leveraging Officer. So real quick, my friend, here's what I'm telling you. Here's, in a nutshell, you're going to have to be strategic. You're going to have to utilize systems, SYSTEMS, save yourself time, energy, money, stress. And here's a simple system, because again, I said, brother, you're going to have to decide. You're going to be right and broke or wrong and rich. You're going to have to decide if you're going to build the business. You're going to have to do it, get this now, the quote unquote slow way, which is the way they teach you. If you do it the way folks, or my friend, you're going to do it the way they just explode. And so again, 21 days, 20 days rather, went to the very top, 22 days, 23 days after that, made them create another position, Crown 2, and then a couple of 20-something, 23 days, 24 days after that, made them create a triple crown position. And I told my wife I'll take a break, because I was like a ghost for a while. And but now they just added something else to the compensation plan. So I was like, well, I think I'll go ahead and do the Crown 4. However, I do have it planned within 2 years. I told Mr. Austin I will be Crown 12. I'm gonna have 12 is the number of governments, and I'll be there. So get ready. I'll have you do that. So at any rate, here's what I'm saying, though, my friend. And my goal, by the grace of God, is to have 5 million members in 5 years or less on the Breakthrough Bible Dream Team. And 1 million of those or more will be ones who will go through the 21-day breakthrough challenge. Now, listen carefully, my friend. Watch this. In a nutshell, here's what you got to get. I'm going to teach you the simplest, most strategic thing that I've done over the years. And when I shared this with this brother, I should say young brother, it was a brother of mine, a friend of mine, his business took off. He hit ambassador in record time, hit global in record time. Here's what I taught him in a nutshell, my friend. And it's so simple. But again, simplicity, profundity, somebody said, simplicity is profundity's most becoming garb. In other words, you can take something profound and wrap it in simplicity. Number one, I'm giving you 4 simple points. I mean, it's so simple. But if you decide, instead of being right and broke, that you could be quote unquote wrong in their eyes, but rich. Not wrong in the eyes of God. Now, let me make sure I clarify and make sure you're not, I'm talking about in the eyes of society, in the eyes of man. And I'm just telling you. So, by the way, I decided years ago I'm outside the box, but inside the kingdom. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Number 1. So, because again, I understand, especially based on what your personality type is, you probably want to get more into the details. Now, some of you, your personalities are different, but again, we teach you, it doesn't matter what you are by nature, by nurture, we're going to teach you about being a shark, right? That's why we say shark it up, right? That shark that goes after things, that shark that makes things happen. And in your natural personality, you can be one way, but in the nurturing or the training that we give you here. So here's how you shark it up. Number 1, you don't have to be the deal. Write that down. Number 1, you don't have to be the deal. So your problem is you think you got to be the deal. See, your problem is corporate America taught you got to know all of the details. The problem is you've been trained that you don't want to go out there talking about something you don't know about. The problem is you've been taught that the right way is to study and get all the facts and figures and know what you're talking about, and you'll be broke. Hello, somebody. See, I'm going to tell you, real simple. Number one, you got to settle this in your mind. You do not have to be the deal. See, deep underneath inside, the thing, my friend, that's driving that you don't understand, that's actually hindering you from reaching more people, that's hindering you, my friend, from exploding. We got one day left to this promotion that could be exploding is this, my friend. You got to understand, I don't have to be the deal. See, mark that down, write it again, and write it again. I don't have to be the deal. See, you don't have to know all the details of everything. You don't have to understand the comp plan inside up, outside down. You don't have to know all the details of, you don't have to know all that. Now, I know the intelligentsia world of the day, they want to try to get you to know all that, and of course, those are the same folks who think you ought to talk a certain way. You have to learn how to totally promulgate your esoteric cogitations and articulate your superficial sentimentality with amicable and philosophical psychological observations, and beware platitudinous ponderosities, and you need to learn how to let your extemporaneous verbal evaporations demonstrate a clarified conciseness, no previous grundity, or bafflement. That just means say what you mean without using big words. Hey, listen, my friend, I'm saying, number one, write it down. You don't have to be the deal. That's your problem. You don't understand it, but underneath it all, you trying to be the deal. You trying to know all the facts. You trying to have everything together. Well, I don't want to look crazy. Somebody asked me a question. I don't know the answer. Folks, you're going to be right and broke or wrong and rich. Now listen carefully. Number one, you don't have to be the deal. Number two, all you have to do is point people to the deal. See, stop trying to know it all and be the deal. Number one, you don't have to be the deal. Number two, I said you just have to point people to the deal. Just point them to the deal. Come on, somebody. You don't be the deal. Just point them to the deal. See, just point them to, like that Les Carter did with Ron Nett, who he said he sent her some stuff, or he sent her some videos, and she said she cooked on stuff, watched a little bit, just turned it right off. Cooked on, turn it off. Cooked, turn it off, right? And then she was online and she saw this vision that Mr. John Austin had, this vision, and it grabbed her. And by the way, just the other day, she put in her order for the Breakthrough Freedom Pack, which, by the way, that's the smartest thing to do. Why? You're getting over $25,000, my friend, of real value for only $199 one time. Folks, you don't have to be the deal. You just have to point them to the deal. Watch this, my friend. So again, you don't have to be the deal, number one. Number two, just point them to the deal. Number three, the more you point them to the deal, and by the way, let me back up. You say, what's the deal? The deal is the deal. See, the deal is the vision. The deal is, watch this, the website, www.freebreakthroughpresentation.com. My wife just put a simple little blog thing up there where, but it's got the presentation that 24/7, you can access it 24/7, my friend, of me putting all my energy, all my juices, all my best of my best together to make a presentation that would make it to where literally it makes it an offer that's literally too good to refuse, right? But not in the Godfather way where we're going to hurt you if you don't accept this. No, it just touches and makes. I'm saying, listen, my friend, that's the deal, the presentation, my friend. Get them. By the way, there's a bunch of testimonials on there. That's the deal, my friend. When people can hear that what other people are going through, and it's amazing because people want to see people that they can identify with and associate with, and there's all kind of testimonials on that freebreakthroughpresentation.com. Why? Because somebody's going to be able to identify with one of those testimonials, right? Somebody's going to see Lily Gray, hear her testimony about her being on a walker and her legs swollen up and her knee swollen up, and all of a sudden, after Pastor Kenny gives her his hydration drops, now she gets taking those hydration drops, and now a few days later, she's off the walker. Her legs now have shrunken down to about almost half the size they were. Come on, somebody. And now, my friend, she got so fired up, she starts signing up people. I think she's a double diamond now, about to be triple diamond. And she got folks that she signed up. She's ordered herself several times now and been to meetings and so forth. I'm saying, listen, my friend, and guess what? And all she's doing is pointing people to the deal. Look, she's got a testimonial, but guess what, my friend? Somebody heard her testimonial, like Roberta. And Roberta said, oh, my goodness, I've got legs swollen up. And Roberta says, oh, my goodness, I got to get started. And now, 11 days or so later, Roberta has dropped 11 pounds. Come on, somebody. Showed me a picture of her leg that was swollen up, and then it's starting to come down already. Took another picture. And I'm saying, listen, my friend, are you understanding? You ain't got to be the deal. There's so many testimonials. All you got to do, I mean, when you listen to the testimony of Mother Bernadine Wade, it says for 11 days, 3.5 weeks now, she's been on the hydration drops and dropped 11.5 pounds and went to her doctor, and the doctor had to cut her blood pressure medication and her diabetic medication in half. And she says, all I've been doing is drinking water treated with the hydration drop. Folks, you ain't got to be the deal. Just point them to the deal. Point them to the testimonials, my friend. Like Jesus said, if you don't believe me for the very work's sake. Come on, somebody. See, facts tell, get this now, but testimonials sell. I don't say stories sell. Problem is we have too many stories in the industry. No. Folk heard enough stories, but they need some testimonials. They need, this is where I was, this is what I did, and this is what it did for me. Here where I am now. Come on, somebody. They need to hear, I'm saying the testimonials of the nano card. Come on, somebody. When Chief of Song is having headaches and all of a sudden the nano card blesses him, man. I'm talking about when Robert Cotton's wife, who's a nurse, rolls her eyes at him like, here you go again, another one of these things. But guess what? She's got a toothache and she puts the nano card on the side of her face. And after 30 minutes, the pain is totally gone. And she's like, oh my goodness. And she joined in within 1 week. She made ambassador. She went from being a skeptic to being a true believer. Folks, your problem is you trying to be the deal. See, listen, remove yourself out of it. You don't have to be the deal, I said, number one. Number two, I said, just point them to the deal. Point them to the deal. Point them to freebreakthroughpresentation.com. Point them to the testimonials. Point them to 200diseases.com, where Dr. Ariston Awitin, literally 50 years experience, my friend, between his college education and his being an orthopedic surgeon, an MD all these years. And now, my friend, he saw the light and started realizing he was trained wrong and retrained his brain, come on, somebody. And now, listen, put that powerful book, 200diseases.com. As a matter of fact, there's one guy called him. I said, man, good gracious, it's only been a few hours. You already made triple diamond. He said, triple diamond, what's that? He didn't even know what triple diamond was. He didn't know he already given himself 3 promotions and 3 raises in just a few hours. I was like, dude, I wanted to find out what you did so I can teach people. Because, he's like, well, what do you mean? He said, I don't even know what triple diamond is. I said, well, that means there's 3 people that signed up with your link and they ordered something. He's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. I said, so what did you do? He said, man, I just did what you did to me. I was like, well, what did I do to you? He said, man, you remember you told me, you said, hey, go to 200diseases.com. Scroll down the left-hand side. Any problems you have, your wife, your son, your daughter, your cat, your dog, your horse, or whatever you got, whatever problem. He said, you said, just read about it, and the good doctor, the MD doctor, will give you some great advice so you can take personal responsibility, which means respond with ability. And he'll give you some things you can do, home remedies, other things you'll need to get products, and all those products are part of a international discounted kingdom-based buyers club, and you have to have a membership. So you have to use my membership link to get your own free membership, and then you'll be able to order whatever you want. And by the way, that guy ordered several $100s worth of products. Listen carefully now. And sent it. He said, so all I did, you told me what to do. I saw stuff I needed. My wife, so we ordered some stuff. He said, and then I sent my link to some of the folks and sent them that 200 diseases. And so they must have signed up. I said, they sure did. By the way, before the end of the week, he was ambassador. By the next week and a half, he was a global ambassador. I'm saying, folks, see, the problem is you meet the people that taught you, they meant well. Our society, they meant well, but they're just wrong, my friend. I'm telling you, you don't have to be the deal. Just point them to the deal. My wife's in the other room, but if she was in here, I could probably hear her saying, baby, just breathe for a minute. I'm going to breathe after I'm done. Come on. Hey, watch this, my friend. So again, let me give you, so you just point them to the deal, freebreakthroughpresentation.com. Point them to the deal, the testimonials. Point them to the deal, 200diseases.com. Point them to the deal. Sometimes you may need to get your senior success line. Now, just so you know, I'm not big on 3-way calls. I'm too busy, do too much. There's no way I can get everything done that I do. And so I believe in 10-way calls and 20-way and 30-way, and that's why there's 3 live calls. See, when I say point them to the deal, you got 3 live calls every single Monday through Friday that you can get them on. Every Saturday for a limited time, I've been doing a noon call, 11 Central, 12 noon, teaching on the 21-day breakthrough challenge. And all you got to do, I've been calling it Sweatless Victory. All you have to do is get people on the call, and you get them on the call. My job is then to get them in your business. I'm not understanding. I never had a senior success line that poured out his heart like I poured my heart out. I never had a senior success line that fasted and prayed for the people on the team. I never had a senior success line that when I would call, he'd return the calls in prompt time, even when it wasn't trying to get me to get him do something so he could go to the next level or she could. No. I'm saying, listen, my friend, I'm telling you, my friend, this thing has been made so simple. It might be too simple, and some of you missing it. And so I want to slow down and make sure you get it. Number one, you don't have to be the deal. You probably got that by now, right? Number two, you just have to point them to the deal. See, if you can point, you can get paid. That's my title. If you can point, you can get paid. See, the more you say, the less you'll get paid. The more you point, the more you get paid. So again, the more you say, the less you'll get paid. The less you say, and the more you point, the more you'll get paid. There's a powerful home-based business network marketer guy. And by the way, I've never been a network marketer. I'm just a networker who leverages marketing. There's a huge difference. But at any rate, so he was having great success, and because he had such great success, guess what? He changed things up a little bit because, and so he's having his home meeting. And because, by the way, there's still a lot of people that love the face-to-face, the human experience and being, some folk don't like that. And so that's another beautiful thing. You can, we got live meetings in Houston. Apostle Barry Burrell, as far as I know, he's the first person, his whole entire company stepped out by faith, started doing a live meeting every Monday. Then we had the group in Baltimore with the Mallory's and Bishop Neal they start doing meetings up there and other folks around the country. But here's what I'm saying, though. I'm saying, just point them. I've sent people to Apostle Burrell's meeting, even when I wasn't speaking there. I'm saying, listen, my friend, just point them to the deal. Point them to a meeting. Point them. Listen, every month I pay for these pre-recorded calls, and I get the what's it called? The report on how many people have called in. I'm shocked. I can't believe it. I'm like, maybe I should stop paying and don't have it. Well, I don't get it. My friend, if somebody would do this for me, it's all on freebreakthroughpresentation.com, but let me give it to you real quick. 646-653. They're all the same, just the last 2 numbers are different. And then 1817. That's about a 2.5, 3-minute business overview. 646-653-1817. See, you don't have to be the deal. Just point them to this deal. They're interested in the business opportunity. 646-653-1817. Hey, you don't have to be the deal. Just point them to this deal. 646-653-1827 talks about hydration. And I'm telling you, matter of fact, the company actually made a video out of it. You've got a landing page now. So you don't have to just point them to the deal. Point them to the 646-653-1827 about hydration. Or go in your back office and click on the tools, then click on landing pages and go down to the hydration splash page, which has this number on it, and this message set the video where they can see something. So 646-653-1827. Surely you can point. Well, if you can point, you can get paid. Hey, what about 646-653-1830? Oh, 1830, that's Liddy Flom, talking about the yeast beast. Liddy, again, 37 years, been working with doctors, my friend. See, you ain't got to be the deal. And by the way, Liddy doesn't mind doing 3-way calls. So, there's a bunch of y'all that have been getting Liddy. I know the Mallory's, boy, they work her, boy, and that's fine. But I'm saying, and by the way, I work her too. She likes doing 3-way calls. I've had Liddy on the phone with people 1 o'clock in the morning. I know y'all tried it, but anyway. But I was running, man. When I put the feet to the plow, I'm gonna crank it. So watch this. So you can also call 646-643-1831. So everything's the same. 646-653-1817 is the business overview. 1827 is the hydration drops. 1830 is the yeast beast with Liddy. And she pays for that number every month, by the way, but makes it available to everybody. 1831 is the 21-day breakthrough challenge. So first of all, I'm going to give you an assignment. Everybody, just call each one of those numbers today and pick up some verbiage, pick up something, but then three-way somebody into it, point somebody to it, post it on your Facebook, post it in your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your whatever you do. Folks, if you can point, you can get paid. The more you say, the less you get paid. The less you say and the more you point, the more you'll get paid. So let's continue on our discussion. Number one, you don't have to be the deal. Number two, you just point them to the deal. Number three, the more you point them to the deal, they start associating you with the deal. Come on, somebody. I mean, man, by the way, you know what's amazing to me about people? And that is, you know, like Sister Mallory called me yesterday. They had some kind of luncheon. By the way, they had a luncheon. She's like, look, could you just close this out, just say a few words? And I'd be glad to. The Harrises have done that. They had their, matter of fact, they not long ago had a breakthrough party where they had the whole team signing up to get the breakthrough challenge. And pray tell me, I don't know why, if you're part of the Breakthrough Bible Dream Team or part of one of our sub teams, how in the world you haven't taken the 21-day breakthrough challenge or the 10-day advanced challenge, or you haven't bought the book, How to Build a Big Team Fast and Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed. Are you kidding me? And by the way, you can get paid $20. Listen, you make more money promoting the 21-day breakthrough challenge than any other product other than the Breakthrough Freedom Pack. Now, the Breakthrough Freedom Pack, you'll make $75. You know, $75 every time somebody signs up with one. And by the way, if you didn't even get yours, they'll give you $75 in credit. So by the time you get three, then yours is still free. So come on, somebody, watch this now. I'm saying then number three, you know, the more you point to the deal, the more they start associating you with the deal. Then number four, because I got to stop. Finally, number four, they start thinking you are the deal. No, I actually got one more point, but it won't be long. Number one, you don't have to be the deal. Number two, just point them to the deal. Number three, the more you point them to the deal, the more they start associating you with the deal. Which, by the way, I started telling the story about the guy that, you know, he was pretty good, and all of a sudden he started changing the way he was doing things, and all of a sudden his numbers started going down, and he couldn't figure out what it was, and he put his finger on it. Here's what it is in a nutshell. When he was new, he would invite people over his house, plug in back then they had the videos, VHS, plug in the VHS, right? And so let's say today, he'd plug in the DVD and just let the people that came over the house, you know, give them a few little refreshments, something. Let them watch the thing and close them out, right? They just watch the presentation. He closed them out. Well, guess what? After making money and after getting good, he's like, I could do the presentation myself. So then what happened was he started doing the presentation, and nobody, you know, this team just stopped growing, and he couldn't figure out what it was. Here's what it was. See, folks, it's not what works, it's what duplicates. See, it was duplicatable when all the people came to his place and they saw him just pop in a VHS, or let's say a DVD, pop in a DVD. They said, well, I could do that. I can invite a few of my friends over and pop in the DVD, right? I could just, and today it's like he just basically pulled up the internet and went to free breakthrough presentation and showed them that little presentation I did, right? It's all the same. But here's what I'm saying, though. But he got to the place where he was good enough. He's like, you know what? I can do the presentation. I know all this stuff. I've watched the presentation so many times. By the way, how do you learn all the stuff you learn? I just put Lydia on three-way calls with everybody underneath the sun, and I heard everything she said. I was like, I got it, right? But here's what I'm saying, my friend. I'm saying this. I listened to the call after call after call, and I was like, I got it. I've watched things. I'm saying, listen, my friend, you get this. You don't have to be the deal. You just point them to the deal. And then the more you point them to the deal, the more they start associating you with the deal. And then number four, eventually they start thinking you are the deal. Hey, that's all I did starting off with industry, man. I was pointing to the deal, pointing to the tools, pointing, not saying much, just pointing. And so a lot of times when I knew the answer, I wouldn't give the answer. Why? Because if I gave the long, drawn-out answer, they might think, oh, I got to know all that before I get successful. No. So I would sometimes, no, just point to the tools, point, my friend. Point to 200diseases.com. Point to free breakthroughpresentation.com. Point, my friend, to the testimony. Just point. So, again, you don't have to be the deal. You just have to point them to the deal. The more you point them to the deal, the more they start associating you with the deal. Then eventually, they start thinking you are the deal. And after a while, my friends start going around the country. Everybody's like, he's the deal. He's the deal. Dr. Breakthrough, that's the deal right there. And then people, I started noticing people started saying, well, if I was like you, if I had all the contacts you had, if I had this and I was that. And then I started finding out, oh, my friend, my success that I created is working against me a little bit. So I had to develop point number 5. See, I always start up to point 4. And by the way, point 4, again, they start thinking you're the deal. It feels pretty good when you can call people and just say, hey, I got this new deal I'm working with. Okay, Doc, hey, man, whatever it is, here's my credit card. Put me in, right? I mean, it's good to have folk doing that. It's good when you can tell people, hey, listen, I'm doing, okay, Doc, I don't quite know what it is, but I trust you. I know you wouldn't attach your name to anything unless it had integrity and so forth, so I'm in. You can explain to me later. I mean, I recruited one guy in about 30 seconds, 23 seconds to be exact. Why? Because he knows me. He knows what I stand for. He knows the integrity. He knows. And so he's like, you in? Okay, I'm in. Bam, right? I'm saying, listen, my friend. And that kind of feels good. But listen, I had to pay the price to get here. I had to pay the price. Listen, my friend, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. So watch this. So you don't have to be the deal. You just point them to the deal. The more you point them to the deal, the more they start associating you with the deal. And then eventually they start thinking you are the deal. And so I had to come up with number 5. Then you have to try to convince people you're not the deal. See, because if they think you the deal, then they'll think that, okay, well then I can't be like him. I mean, now again, you can, because again, I started off where you started off. I just paid the price. See, like I teach, everything in life is easy a long time. Did I say long time? A long time after it's hard. We just got to get you to get through the hard part to get to the easy part. But most people throw in the towel. Most people quit. Most people don't have enough of stick-to-itness, my friend. You got to keep the spizzerinctum up even when it seems like things aren't working, my friend. And you got to push yourself, my friend, beyond. You got to just do it. Watch this. Then you got to start convincing them you are the deal. I close with this. You remember, you heard the story probably of John the Baptist, right? And watch this now. John said, I'm nothing but a voice. In other words, and all John did his whole life was pointed to Jesus. Matter of fact, when John was a baby, when he's in his mama's womb, come on, somebody. And Elizabeth was around Mary, his belly leaped. Why? Because he's like, there he is. He's over there in that other womb. So John's whole life was doing nothing but pointing people that here he comes. Here he comes, pointing them to Jesus, right? And guess what? One time Jesus was talking to his disciples. He said, who do men say that I am? He said, well, some say you're Elias, some say, and then they said, and some say John the Baptist. What? Wait a minute. John, the guy who spent his whole life saying, no, I'm just the voice. I'm just the voice. John, who when Jesus came to be baptized, he said, no, I'm not even worthy to tie your shoelaces. And Jesus, no, do this to fulfill all righteousness. It's in the book. Come on, let's do it. I'm saying, listen, the same John the Baptist said, no, I'm nothing. He's everything. The same John the Baptist said, I must decrease. He must increase. I'm lifting him up. Now all of a sudden he's lifted up so much that Jesus, when he says, who do people say I am? They said, oh man, they said you John the Baptist. In other words, that John became the deal. All John ever did was point to the deal. All John ever said was, I'm not the guy, I'm just the voice. All John ever said was, I got to decrease, he must increase. But guess what? But people started saying, John is the deal. John is the deal. John is the deal. And if you really want to be the deal, stop trying to be the deal. Point them to the deal. Eventually, they'll start associating you with the deal. Then they'll start thinking you are the deal. And if you're smart enough, then you have to try to convince them you're not the deal. You're just pointing to the deal, my friend, and make it where everybody can do it. So, hey, my time is up. All right, Coach, I'm done.
Shark. Don't have to be the deal. Wow. Incredible. Guys, that's it. I never seen anybody work. This is literally the truth. I've been in business a long time. I've never seen anybody work as hard as Dr. Breakthrough to help people win. And he's been the leader that he never had. And I'm telling you guys, take advantage. Take advantage of his effort to work for you. I know he once said something like, if I was dedicated a part of my life to help you to succeed, would you work with me or fight against me? So the thing is, work with him. Today, every day, he's doing some things to help you and I be the best we can be. So we're excited about that. Dr. Breakthrough, thanks for the wisdom. We love you. Talk to you soon. Shark.
Shark.